We all have wonderful lifestyles, exotic destinations to go to. Technology has made life wonderful. Then why? 40% of the world is suffering from clinical depression. 40%. Why? The answer being the focus has shifted from inner grandeur to outer grandeur. Wealth, fame, luxuries. The moment the focus is shifted to outer grandeur, then it becomes difficult to capture inspiration. So, in ancient times, especially in India, we were brought up with inspiration from those bedtime stories, either parents or dada dadi or nana nani. So, bedtime stories of real life role models. We were brought up with inspiration. So, what's gone wrong in modern times? We are not inspired, we are not motivated. So, we don't think beyond ourselves. Okay, let me make it clear. What is inspiration? And then we'll talk whether we need inspiration in our spiritual pursuit or our Shuddha Swarup, our pure nature is enough. Understand? What is inspiration? What is to get inspired? What is it? So, getting inspired would mean getting elevated, getting motivated to explore new possibilities. Inspiration would mean getting elevated or getting that burst of energy, burst of new energy. એવું થાય ત્યારે આપણું થાય કે I'm very inspired. So it's either getting elevated or getting motivated or that getting that burst of new energy. You need to understand intellectual prejudices, emotional hang-ups keep us bound. Once you are inspired, you want to soar above all this. Are you getting it? Intellectual prejudices, emotional hang-ups keep us bound. Cocoon. So our minds are in the cocoon. Loop thinking. This is the right thinking. This is the way things should be. We don't want to go beyond it because we are not inspired. જેને દર્શન મોહનો ઉદય વધારે હોય they hardly get inspired. There is no burst of energy. You are not motivated. You don't want to think beyond yourself. Whatever you think is right. Getting inspired means a shift, paradigm shift. So once you are inspired, you want to go beyond, soar above all this. You need to think beyond yourself. You need to go beyond yourself. I don't know by whom his name is inspired. I don't know. He goes beyond every day. He goes beyond himself every day. Where he was yesterday, he is not there today. So I wonder who is inspiring him. One needs to think bigger, larger than himself. તમારે બ્રહ્મ, તમારે પરમાત્મ સ્વરૂપ અને તમે તમારા કોચલામાં જ રહો, કેવી રીતે ચાલે? You and your funny happiness, and bas you just live. You need to dream big, think big, beyond yourself. That is called inspiration. જે કરો છો એ કર્યા કરો, that is means you are not living an inspired life. You are obsessed by yourself. Right, English? You're obsessed by yourself. Your thoughts, your feelings circle around your I and your my. All your thoughts gravitate towards I and my. That means you are writing I and my or gravitate? What are you writing? The important word was I and my. I ને my, બસ આજુ તારા વિચાર, તારી લાગણી, everything circles around I and my. You're obsessed with yourself. You just don't come out of your stuck thinking. So I don't call this an inspired life. When you can't think beyond, you have to break your beliefs, transform your beliefs. But think, અરે તો જ તમને ખ્યાલ આવશે કે તમે શુદ્ધ સ્વરૂપી સચ્ચિદાનંદ સ્વરૂપી છો. If you remain only in your introspection phase also, તો ક્રોધ દેખાશે, માન દેખાશે, માયા દેખાશે, લોભ દેખાશે. પછી પરમ દિવસે માન દેખાશે, ક્રોધ દેખાશે, લોભ દેખાશે, માયા દેખાશે. બસ, you're obsessed again. You need to think, suddenly, હું દેહાદી સ્વરૂપ નથી. And you get inspired. Oh, this is not me. I'm not confined to this. This is not my duty. This is not my dharma. This is not my nature. My nature is much beyond this. See, you have started getting inspired by it. Whatever in your business, in your studies, in your spirituality or spiritual pursuit, you need to get inspired. And this verse stands on this philosophy. ભલે તું શુદ્ધ સ્વરૂપી હોય અનાદિ અનંત, but till someone inspires you, till you get inspired, all your thoughts around I and my. Let's talk about I first, the brief. If you understand this, then this verse will be very easy. I, meaning my way is the highway. My way is the only way. The way I'm thinking should be thought by everyone. And then you start evaluating, this is right, this is wrong. Who said? Keval Gnani? No, me, the idiot of this world. Because all ignorant people, all unenlightened people are idiots. I'm not particularly telling you, but only you. In the sense of unenlightenment. So you are ignorant and still you feel you are intelligent, so you are an idiot also. I see everything, the whole world is evaluated. That's why I said you are obsessed. You didn't like it. Now you are realizing. Because એના ઉપર evaluation, એના ઉપર likes, dislikes, એના ઉપર reactions. But if you are inspired and you feel, okay, this is not me, everything is I. My. કોઈ માં તો અહીંયા છે નહીં, મદદ છે કોઈ બી? So keep your hands up till I finish my point. My child. એવું કંઈક છે તમારી ડિક્શનરીમાં? My child. And that my, who is putting her hand down. You need to hear this. What a shrunken life you start living. મારા દીકરાએ આજે જમ્યો નહીં. So what? He will have it in the next meal. So what? જમવાનું લંચમાં નહીં ખાધું, ભાઈ સાહેબ ભૂખ્યા રહેવાના નથી. બપોરના 4 વાગે નાસ્તા પાણી કરશે, એમાં આટલા હાઈપર થવાની શું જરૂર છે? યુ આર ઓબ્સેસ્ડ. તમને ભૂત મળી ગયું, ભૂત. એક ટંક ખાધું નહીં છોકરાએ. You live such a shrunken life. You will nag him, grumble, you will... What else do they do? Your whole life, મારા દીકરા આજે જમ્યો નહીં, આજે એક જ રોટી ખાધી, એક જ રોટલી ખાધી. So, 4 વાગે ખાશે ને તો next meal he will eat little more and that's it. But because of this mind, if this mind is shrunken, you will say, નથી ભૂખ, કંઈ બીજું બનાવી દઉં, એ બી નથી ખાવું, you are not feeling hungry, okay, fine. Take this pain, take this pain. You are giving enough pain to kids. અહીંયા જ હિસાબ ચૂકતા થઈ જાય. So I feel you are behaving very funny. એ 10 વાગે કીધેલું આવવાનું, 10:15 થઈ ગયા. Are you crazy? Let that person live. Give him that independence to live. Just tell કે ભાઈ હજી આવ્યો નથી, કંઈ બી તકલીફ હોય તો કહેજે. And then put the phone. Don't even ask where is he. And when will you come? No, you think this is love. This is not love. This is self-love. Attachment is self-love. You don't even love your kid. You just love your clinging to the kid. Considering that person should live according to me. 1:15 વાગ્યો હોય તો હજી એક વિકલ્પ કરો તો ચાલે. 10:15 ફોન કરવાનો. This is your attachment to your concepts. Ask that person whether he is comfortable or she is comfortable with that also or not. If you don't talk of love, say this is I love only myself. So everyone, even the sun and moon should go according to me. So sun, moon નું તો આપણે ન ચાલે, પણ આપણા બચ્ચાઓને તો આપણે કંટ્રોલમાં રાખીએ. This is a shrunken life. હવે બહુ પેન થતો હોય તો નીચે કરી દો, પણ બીજો હાથ લઈ લો, બીજો હાથ. You have to hear the whole thing. So ભૂલમાં બી એમ નહીં બોલતો, બિકોઝ શું કરું, બહુ પ્રેમ છે ને મારા છોકરામાં. આ છોકરાનો પ્રેમ નથી, બિકોઝ છોકરો તો દુઃખી થાય છે એનાથી. આ તમને તમારો પ્રેમ બહુ છે. Be very clear. So I say attachment is equal to self-love, loving only yourself. You're obsessed, I and my. You might be, have you realized this thing? You might be a very good cook. You are. Everyone feels so. બધા એક ચીજ તો બતાવે કે બાપા ક્યારેક આવજો ને, આઈ મેક વેરી ગુડ કોફી. મેં કીધું હુ સેડ સો? નો વન, આઈ થિંક. આવીશ, હવે તો બધા નવરાત છે, અમે આવીશ, પણ દુખતો હોય તો બીજો હાથ કરજો, પણ હાથ નીચે નહીં કરતા. યુ કેન ચેન્જ યોર હેન્ડ્સ. You have, yeah, you feel you have loved your kid very much. The kid feels I have the funniest parents in the whole world. Doesn't want to introduce you to anyone. Kim, name? School ma, you liked your mother coming to school? Tell the truth, Bhagwan che. He's saying no. Don't think this is pure love. This is your attachment to yourself. Ask if that person is comfortable with that. Is he getting extra happiness by your love? Ask. If not, then stop it, no? Because you are doing for the love for him, no? Then stop it. No, you are not doing for him. You are doing for your happiness. So I said, you are a good cook. And you cook well. Every day you cook well. Some guests are coming, achanak. એક કલાક પહેલા જ ખબર પડી એના. And you become anxious. You either burn a dish, it is young chokri, you burn a dish, or you burn a dish, એટલે સમજ્યા ને? Soup. What is he saying? Overcooked, yeah, something like that. Or you put extra salt. You were such a good cook. Yeah, I was a good cook. પણ એ મારા વખાણ કરે એના માટેના વિચારોના કારણે એટલી એન્ઝાઇટી ઊભી થઈ ગઈ કે આઈ ફોગોટ મેં મીઠું નાખ્યું છે કે નહીં, અને ટાઈમ થઈ ગયો છે કે નહીં. એન્ડ બિકોઝ ઓફ યોર ઓબ્સેશન ઓફ આઈ શુડ બી ધ બેસ્ટ, you go into a state of anxiety and you do all gadbad. You have to go for an interview and you are a real, genuinely qualified person for that job. Previous night, you get that anxiety and evo bablat karine avo. Why? Because that I became very large, and that attachment with the I caused this anxiety. And bas ભલું થાવ તમારું, અને તમારા છોકરાઓ સુખી થાવ. ઇન્ટ્રોસ્પેક્ટન્સી કે આ તમારો મોહ છે કે પ્રેમ છે. બિકોઝ મોહ હશે તો દેટ વિલ સે કે ઇફ થોડી શાંત થઈ જાય ને મમ્મી તો બહુ સારું થઈ જાય. અને હવે તો મારા લગ્ન કરાવી દે. હવે આ ક્વેશ્ચન્સ જે તું પૂછી રહી છે મારી વાઈફે પૂછવું જોઈએ, અને તારે તારા હસબન્ડનું ધ્યાન રાખવાનું. બિકોઝ તું તારા છોકરાનું ધ્યાન રાખશે તો તારી સાસુ તારા સંસારમાં આગ લગાડશે. બિકોઝ પછી તારી સાસુએ તારા દીકરા વરનું પૂછવાનું ને. તું બે નહીં કર. કોને સંભાળવાનું તારે, વરને કે છોકરાને? હેલો, વરને તો છોકરાને મુક્ત કરો. Because you can't hold two ministries together. તો એની વાઈફ સંભાળશે. You didn't realize that. You didn't realize that you wanted. So this is your more. This is the I in you. This is the obsession. You need to be inspired. This is not you. This is just a role. Ask the enlightened master, who are you? And you will start thinking beyond this mother. You will start thinking beyond the mother. Have I made my point clear? Why an inspired life or inspired living can only lead you to enlightenment. That's why you will be obsessed with yourself, your I, and your my. બાપ દીકરાને ન ફાવે. Why? Every time your statement has એના સારા માટે. પણ એને સારું નથી લાગતું તો એનું સારું કેવી રીતે થાય? રાઈટ? ઓકે. Then all the negative thoughts ઇન્ટરવ્યુમાં પાસ થઈશ કે નહીં, યુ સ્ટાર્ટ shrinking, shrunken થઈ જાઓ તમે, because of that anxiety of I and my reputation, my fame, my dignity, my this thing, all these negative thoughts brings a corrosive impact ko, okay, effect ko. You know, Bombay, if you see, there is a ship off the coast. એક જૂની આપણે નેવીનગર જતા અને કપરેજ જતા તો વી કુડ સી દેટ શિપ. હવે નથી, વર્ષો પહેલાં હતી. અને એમને પડી રહીને કાટ લાગી ગયો આખો. ડિસ્ટ્રક્ટિવ ઇફેક્ટ, corrosive effect, erosive effect. And with all these negative thoughts, THOTS, right? That's the way you write. Thoughts. हमने ईमेल में अभी तैयार आखू भी नहीं लगे OUGHT, एम नहीं लगे THOTS. I think you all write that way. ईमेल्स में तो इतने लगता होता है. હું પણ હવે એવી રીતે લખતો થઈ ગયો. શોર્ટમાં બધું સમાઈ જાય આપણા સ્પેસમાં. With all those negative thoughts, corrosive effect on the soul, and again you start living a shrunken life. Tamara dukh, tamara sukh, tamari stupidity, nobody to tell you, nobody should tell me. You don't have a mentor in life. All great people had a mentor in life. Only you don't have. Because you're not destined to be great, it seems. To think beyond yourself, you need someone to inspire you, rather pull you out of your thinking, your beliefs. Inspired living is what we want. So inspiration is not a luxury. It is imperative now. ચાલો ટાઈમ છે તો થોડું રિચાર્જ થવા જોઈએ, એમ નહીં. રિચાર્જ ઇઝ યોર necessity now, it's imperative. It's not optional. Inspiration is not a luxury. हमने free time છે તો no, you need it every now and then. You go back to your shrunken thinking, again you need to be pulled out. So inspiration is a choice. You realize it is imperative only when you realize that there is a deficiency of values and good thoughts in you. પેલું vitamin or vitamin જે બોલતા હોય તે, it's English and so British and American again. Vitamin જે બી હોય તે. So, આપણે vitamin deficiency કહીએ ને, એવી રીતે you have to realize કે there is a deficiency in me regarding values. જરાક કંઈક ન આવડે એક્ઝામમાં તો જોઈ લઈએ. So you have a deficiency of value. Lofty talks is one thing. You talk or you listen is one thing. And when circumstances arise, and slowly you have to become strong. It's not a big problem. આ બધું overnight કંઈ થવાનું નથી. But do you realize there is a deficiency of values or good thoughts? બહુ ઓછા સારા વિચાર આવે. કોઈની બી કંઈક સારું સાંભળે એટલે પેલી શંકા, પહેલા વિકલ્પ, કોઈનું બી. So there is deficiency. You just can't do pramod. You first want to doubt. And you have no reason to doubt, still you want to doubt. Because you are suffering from inferiority complex. That's it. If you go to a psychiatrist, you are so much in inferiority complex, you don't want anyone to be ahead of you. So you want to doubt everything. પછી એમાં સત્પુરુષ આવી જાય તો એ ભટકાઈ જાય ને પછી દર્શન મૌના ચક્કરમાં પડે. You realize because you are not living an inspired life. So if you realize there's a deficiency of, say, values or ethics or good thoughts or good pure feelings, you will realize you need to go beyond yourself. હું મારાથી થાકી ગયો છું. I need to think differently. Dream big, larger than yourself. Are you getting it? So you need to transform and live by it, of course. So we have been seeing the disciple with intense longing. I will not say liberation also, I will not say enlightenment also, to transform himself. This much you understand? You are tired of yourself, your obsession and your vikalps and your kashais. You want to now think, believe differently, think differently, feel different. Do you realize that? So you want to transform. This much you understood? Atmagnan you don't understand. Enlightenment you don't understand. Liberation, moksha you don't understand. This much you understand? Okay, you need to transform. Okay, so an intense longing to transform oneself, the disciple we have seen, comes to the Guru. The Guru gives intimations of the ultimate reality. He can't give experience. No one can. If anyone claims, then you have to label that person as an Asatguru. Experience nobody can give. Intimations. And that seeker, that disciple, he contemplates on the intimations given by the Sadguru regarding the ultimate reality. This word is also of an English author which we used to do in our schools. William. Yeah, this word is his. Yeah, Guru, of course, they said teacher gives intimations of reality. And he contemplates, he meditates, Aushadha Vichar Dhyan. So now you know it. I say in English and you start speaking in Gujarati. So he contemplates, he got some new dimension to see the world, to see himself from his Guru. He had never thought. The Guru says, have you seen a prism? So a ray of light enters the prism. It gets refracted into 7 colors. So when it was here, it was, say, white light. When you see it coming out of the prism, you see 7 colors. In the same way, the world, when seen through delusion, is different. When seen through these eyes given by the Guru, the world seems different. So when you do satsang with the Sadguru, with the enlightened master, and suddenly you feel the problem is now so small, or it's almost dissolved. It's different. I am so different. Life is so different. Everything, the whole dynamics change. And there's so much cheers and zeal and satisfaction suddenly oozing out of you. Nothing, it's Guru's grace. You have only let yourself get inspired by him. Inspiration is his, but you have let yourself getting inspired. And you start thinking beyond this I, beyond this beyond Maya. My point is, you start thinking beyond Maya. You start thinking beyond. No, this is not the way I think. How would an enlightened master see this, evaluate this? And you see Samadarshita coming in you. Because he's full of Samadarshita. So Samdarshita oozes from you. You start seeing the oneness. And in that process, suppose your father is an alcoholic, Darudio, alcoholic. But Guru said, you have to see oneness in you, yourself, in me, meaning the Sadguru, and in your father. You have to see oneness. So what do you subtract? Number one, alcohol. You start subtracting so much and you start creating oneness. Advaita. So imagine ketli cheez easily subtract the jase. Isn't it beautiful? I can go on and on with this inspired life. Because still you are not inspired and motivated. Though you are Shuddha Swarupi Atma, you have been Shuddha Swarupi since millions of years and still the most unhappy soul in the world. Possessing an attribute of infinite happiness, which has overturned and turned into infinite sorrow. So you need an inspirer and you need that readiness to get inspired. So that intense longing in the disciple coming in close contact, Upanishad of a Sadguru. Sadguru gives intimations of the ultimate reality. The Shishya, being worthy, starts contemplating, meditating, culminating into an experience of the soul. Contemplation, meditation, which finally leads to experience of the soul. Such a beautiful, but, when you come close to him, it doesn't mean physical proximity. You need an open mind. Thousands come to a Sadguru with closed minds. And that was indicated in the Upodghat. Tyagi Dai Nijapaksh, verse 9. Seve Sadguru Charanane. Wait, I'll explain Sadguru's Lakshan afterwards in 10th verse. But Tyagi Dai Nijapaksh, have you come with an open mind? People don't. Only those who are going to have fewer births will have an open mind. And that is so important. You need an open mind so that the Guru's intimations expands your mind. You start thinking differently. And you don't know how you have started thinking this way. પેલો ભૂલ કરે છે ને તમને મૈત્રી ભાવ જાગે. This is not me. પેલો તારું ખરાબ બોલે છે ને તને એમ થાય કે વિચારને બહુ દુઃખી લાગે છે. Doesn't know the facts and still the ill feelings are pouring out. Doesn't know the intent. Doesn't know the whole thing. And this is coming. But me thinking this way, oh, this is satsang. Expand. You just don't respect Sadguru. Don't only respect Sadgurus. Get motivated by Sadgurus. આપણે થોડો વધારે ગુણ દેખાય ને એટલે મૂર્તિ બનાવીને ઉપર ચડાવી દેવાનું. And then respect. 142 namaskars. Guru says, don't do all this nonsense. Get motivated. That's what I want. Don't respect me. You remain the same. Get inspired. Get motivated. Start cultivating them in you. Miniature. Very little. Only once in 10 times you pass. That's also fine. Go on experimenting. Atma Siddhi will get over in a few days. But the inspiration he has given us for Atma Siddhi should be your guiding force now. So, only respecting, no. Get motivated for higher values, high thinking, a wonderful life. Get motivated. See, you need to cultivate a zone of positivity in you. Have you realized this? આપ બાજુવાળાને તો બરાબર ખબર પડે કે ક્યારે આમ કરીને આવતો શું શું છે. આપણે તો હમણાં ભાઈ સાહેબ નેગેટિવમાં છે, કામ પૂરતી વાત કરીને છૂટા થઈ જાઓ. એન્ડ સમટાઈમ્સ યુ કમ એન્ડ ગ્રીટ ધ પર્સન સો ચેરફુલી, કેમ છે તબિયત, થોડું વીક લાગે છે, આમ એટલો બધો સડનલી ઇન્ટરેસ્ટ લો ને. કેટલી વખત તો આમ એની સામે જોયા શું છે બોલો. You need to create a zone of positivity. A positive frame of mind ko ke positivity in your heart. You need a zone. And see, in this, music is very, very instrumental because music softens your heart. So before you, the intake of knowledge, meaning satsang, we do bhakti. Not for time pass. It softens your heart. Your heart becomes positive. So you can take most of it. It touches you then and there. So music, you know, that's why you are a lover of music, because tamne positive frame ma lai jaye. And so the bhakti is also musical. So I insist so much on the music, and jarak bhi amte mohito, this is not the way, because it should give a soothing effect to the listener. આમ એ શાંત થઈ જાય, એને પ્રેમ જાગે, ભાવ જાગે, અને પછી જ્યારે જ્ઞાન અપાય તો ધડ 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 ધડ. You can't not attend bhakti and directly sit for satsang. એટલે at least if we don't have time, we do the Mangalacharan in a sing-song way. Even that, you know, I can see Neil and all, karta, the whole zone becomes joyous. So you don't become serious, ke ho, abe to bijo new principle is going to come today, Upadan, Nimit. I don't even know how to pronounce it. No, you are ready. You want to know. Your heart is wanting that knowledge. Yeah, you need to, once you go in that bhakti bhavan, you start being aware of the blessings of your Sadguru. Abundant and free. That's what we do, no, in bhakti. Upkar Vedan karta karta, કેમ આંખમાં આંસુ આવી જાય. Suddenly you start, કેટલા blessings છે મારા ઉપર. And still I'm cribbing and complaining. You are talking of your friends to him, make him your friend. You realize this in the bhakti. Don't be so childish. This childishness is always going to keep you miserable. You start thinking beyond. You had never decided to think this way. You start thinking. You come out. So inspiration to bhakti is so important. Do less satsang if you don't have time. But bhakti you must. It's another thing, our Atma Siddhi yagnas are like bhakti only. And of course, if your heart is ready, if you are in a positive frame of mind, go ahead. Open-mindedness you need the positivity. And whatever you do for the higher purpose. Meaning, do for God, serve Him. Everything you cook, it should be to serve Him. You play an instrument for Him. Several times, I must have spoken of Akbar and Tansen. So 9 jewels he had. One of them was Tansen, wonderful singer. Dubara, always wonderful singer. Once Akbar praises him, and he says, "You are the best in India." He could take all the praises, but he couldn't take this. No Jahapana, I am not the best. Who can be better than you, Tansen? See, I am not a good storyteller. Who can be better than you? Okay, my Guru, Haridas. Call him here. Call him to Agra. Because Akbar's capital was Agra, and then he shifted to Fatehpur Sikri. It was his son who shifted to Delhi and built the, son means grandson, sorry, Shah Jahan. So, where was I? Akbar. So, call him here. He won't come. But Akbar was not an Ahankari king, egoistic. Why? Whatever the reasons. Okay, no, he will not come. Okay, Tansen, then arrange. We'll go. They both disguised. They go. They go near a temple. Chupa chupa, dhime 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 dhime. Haridas should not know we have come. You can't laugh. Ekdam chupa behind the bush. Exquisite music is coming. Wonderful music is coming from the temple. Who's that? That's my Guru Haridas singing. Where is the audience? He never sings amongst the audience. Mandir ma bas bhakti bhavati gaye. And Akbar is listening and is enthralled and he's saying, Tansen, your Guru's voice has a distinct edge over you. કંઈક જુદું છે એમના અવાજમાં જે તારા અવાજમાં. Why, Tansen? What is that? One line answer. Jahapana, I sing for you. He sings for God. That's the secret behind. When you do anything for the higher, the perfection, the passion, the clarity, the beauty, everything is of another level. Try it. Experiment it. See, for me, spirituality is science. And science means experiments. So, you can experiment this. Explore. So, based on this, how important is inspiration in a sadhak's life, in a seeker's life, in spiritual pursuit? Param Kripaludev has composed two verses, 135 and 136, which we will be going today. First, from verses 131 to 134, Param Kripaludev demonstrated that the path of supreme truth is the integration of the absolute and relative viewpoints. This is a summary of last four verses. Now what? What did he point out? He pointed out a significant fact that there is no spiritual benefit in holding on to one-sided views, only absolute or only relative. Now, in verses 135 and 136, he states that the path of liberation is the acceptance of both the principal cause and the instrumental cause. Principal cause meaning upadan, instrumental cause meaning nimit. So, the path of liberation is accepting both the principal cause and the instrumental cause, Param Kripaludev says.
सर्व जीव छे सिद्ध सम जे समझे ते थाय सद्गुरु आज्ञा जिन दशा निमित्त कारण माय.
सर्व जीव छे सिद्ध सम जे समझे ते थे. English. હવે આઈ લખું તો થાય થઈ જાય, પણ તમે થાય એરવેઝ યાદ આવે પાછું. થઈ ગયું? સેકન્ડ લાઈન. હા, સદગુરુ આજ્ઞા. Actually, we should have done it like this. Half I say, half you say, તમારા ભેજામાં જાય. સદગુરુ આજ્ઞા. State of omniscient one. Nimit. Cause is my. Short meaning. I think in the text my short meanings will be appreciated because it is ekdam broken છે. Up till now I was combining two words and making some sense. You just have to stitch it. But it's not the way in the text. You directly will go to the short meaning only. All souls, sarva jeev, che, by nature are like the liberated ones. Siddha samche. Sarva jeev, siddha samche. All souls by nature are like the liberated ones. Siddha. The one who realizes fact becomes liberated. Je samjhe, te thai. The commands of the true Guru, Agna. Commands, it's a compromise, this word. Commands is a real compromise. But we didn't get instructions, advice, because in the Vivachan we have used all those words, no? So we had to have one commands. Commander bani jai Guru. Now the commands of a true Guru, the Agna of the true Guru, and the pure state of the omniscient ones, Jina Dasha, are the instrumental causes of this. This means liberation. Cause of liberation. So two things he has mentioned here. And where people go wrong and what they should be doing will be explained in the next verse. The principle in this verse, the practice in the next verse. The right practice, or basically starts with the wrong practice and what is the right practice. Everything in one verse. The principle, as Nischay Vyavhar, the principle in one verse, practice. There, the practice was in the first, and the principle was in 132. 131, Nischay Rakhi Lakshma Sadhan Karva Soy. That was the right practice. Nischay Vani Sambli Sadhan Tajva Noy. Wrong practice. In one verse, first line wrong practice, second line right practice. And this practice based on which principle? Nai Nischay and Nai Vyavhar. In next verse. So beautifully the principle and the practice. Practice must be the wrong practice and the right practice. Similarly, here 135 shows the principle of Nimit Karan and Upadan Karan. Two Karans, two causes. And then the wrong practice and what is the right practice, you will realize. So, it is a universally accepted fact that every effect has a... No effect can occur without its corresponding cause. We have done this before. Cause, effect, law of causation. So cause, effect, every effect has a cause and the cause has to be a corresponding cause. Correct? You said, આટલી બધી મેં મહેનત કરીને પાણીને વલોવીને પણ માખણ તો નીકળું જ નહીં. But that was not the corresponding cause. So corresponding cause, you will get the effect. Effect will manifest. So here, universally, two causes are accepted in the Indian thought. All the different schools of thought will accept these two reasons. Those five causes which I had said, that is by the Jain scriptures. Kal, Swabhav, Bhavitavyata and all. And that is from another different point of view. But these two, everyone will accept. Whoever accepts logic will have to accept law of causation, meaning every effect has a cause, a corresponding cause. So, which are the two universally accepted causes? One is the principal cause, or it's also called the material cause. Principal or the material cause. Second is the instrumental cause, or the associating cause. જે સાથે ને સાથે કાર્ય થતું હોય ત્યારે it is associated. So let's make it easy. Principal cause and instrumental cause. Principal cause, which is the material cause, and so what is the principal cause? The substance which undergoes modifications to produce an effect. The substance itself which modifies its form to make it effect. दूध दही बने छे. So it changes its form. We want dahi. So दूध will be its material cause. The material itself, the substance itself modifies to get the effect. Clear? So that is the upadan karan, or the material cause, or the principal cause. Second is the instrumental cause, or say nimit karan. Nimit is what? A reason, one of the cause. Now what is that cause? The means which aid or help in this modification. Simple. I'll make it more simple. Say, for instance, a pot, creation of a pot. So pot is an effect. Now tell me the two causes of the pot. The upadan karan of the pot, the nimit karan of the pot. English. The principal cause of the pot, the instrumental cause of the pot. Pot is an effect. It has two causes. It has to have two causes. So the substance which modifies into a pot, meaning clay. So clay becomes the material cause or the principal cause. And now that which helps this modification, potter, wheel, stick. પોટર ક્લે લે છે, વ્હીલ ઉપર મૂકે છે, સ્ટિકથી વ્હીલને ફેરવે છે અને એમાં પેલું શેપ આવીને પોટ બને છે. સો વોટ ઇઝ હેલ્પિંગ? બિકોઝ વન્સ ધ પોટ ઇઝ રેડી, ધ વ્હીલ goes away, the stick goes away, the potter goes away, and the clay goes away. Riya is saying that. Clay goes away from the pot. That is the very substance which has been modified. So, which is the principal cause of the pot? The clay. And which is the instrumental cause of the pot? Potter, wheel, anything. I think you got it. Now you'll understand how beautifully Param Kripaludev has woven the principal cause of liberation. Now the effect we want is liberation. And we want to know the two causes of liberation. So in the first line, he shows the principal cause. In the second line, he shows the instrumental cause. Principle explained so in such a simple way. And still such a simple thing, how you can make it complex, become one-sided, accept only one thing, that will be shown in the next verse. So it's really interesting. So, what does he say as the principal cause of liberation? So now forget about the pot. Now instead of the pot, it is liberation. So there has to be two causes of liberation. The principal cause of liberation and the instrumental cause of liberation, meaning the upadana karana and the nimitta karan. Because the nimitta karan, the word is there. That's why I'm using this word. Nimitta karanamai. For liberation, there has to be an upadan karan and a nimit karan. There has to be a principal or a material cause, and there has to be an instrumental cause. So in the first line, he's saying, Sarva Jeev, Che, Keva Che? Siddhasam. So I should worship you, that means. Sarva Jeev Che. Sarva Jeev Thase nat laiko. Sarva Jeev is equal to. Huh? Huh. I got it. All the beings or all the souls in the world are same as the liberated soul in terms of potential. Potential. Liberated ones possess infinite knowledge, infinite perception, infinite bliss, infinite vigor, ananta gnan, ananta darshan, ananta sukh, ananta virya. The liberated ones possess this in a manifested form. All souls possess this as potential but yet not manifested. Simple, over. All souls have this Anant Gnan, Anant Darshan, Anant Sukh, Anant Virya. Some souls, it is in a manifested form. In some souls, it is in an unmanifested form. Latent. Latent. Hidden. Inherent. Manifested and not manifest. This is the difference. But આની પાસે બી 10 રૂપિયા છે, મારી પાસે બી 10 રૂપિયા છે, મારા હાથમાં છે 10 રૂપિયા, એના 10 રૂપિયા બેંકમાં હશે. આઈ ડોન્ટ નો બેંકમાં 10 રૂપિયા રાખે કે. So simple, સર્વ જીવ છે સિદ્ધસમ, but don't complicate it. Everyone is not worth worshipping in that sense. Only those are worth worshipping who have manifested them. આપણે તમારી હીરાની માઇન્સ ક્યાં હોય આખા વર્લ્ડમાં? આને તો ખબર નહીં હોય ડોસાને. Okay, okay, give me one. Botswana. So there is a marriage in a house and I want to, Sachi's marriage. Imagination. So Sachi's marriage and Rahul wants to make some 4-5 હીરાના હાર આપવા છે. Is it too much or too less? હીરાના, સોનાના ને જડતલના બીજા. Too much? Okay, 2 hours. So you have to guide him. So he wants to, what આનું કે જે કહેવાતું હોય એને, what do you call it? કાનું. So he wants to give 2-3 diamond necklaces. So should it go to Botswana or South Africa? You're showing off, no? So 2-3 places. So I'm saying, where should he go? Botswana, ke South Africa? I'll give you the options. Don't worry. Multiple choices. So should he go to Botswana? Should he go to South Africa? Should he go to London? Should he go to Tribhuvan Das Bhimji at Opera House?
Tribhuvan Das Bhimji at Opera
Why?
House. Because the rough diamonds still need to get processed and
Oh, now I understood why I should go to temples to worship. Temples means Tribhuvan Das Bhimji. In a manifested form, Anant Gnan, Anant Darshan, same thing is there in Botswana. For all practical purpose, you don't need to go there. બધા બારાતીઓને જો હીરાનો હાર આપવાનો હોય તો હજી કોઈ સસ્તું પડે. પણ 2-4 હાર માટે તો નો. So temples, they are like showrooms. જ્વેલરી માટે કે જ્વેલરી જે બોલતા હોય તમે તે જ્વેલરી માટે. Yeah, if you say jewelry, તો what are you talking? Everything. So whatever. So જ્યાં પ્રગટ છે, with that shine in beautiful way, that is in the jinas, the tirthankaras. And we all possess this this potential, but right now it is it's in an unmanifested form. બસ થઈ ગયું. જે સમજે તે થાય. Whole moksha marg in 4 lines. I don't know why he needed 27 verses. He wanted us to enjoy the path of liberation, maybe. And we did enjoy. But see the clarity and the mastery of this master. He can explain the whole thing in just 4 words. J, samjhe, those who understand and abide in their self, tethai will get liberated. Nothing to explain in this. Self-explanatory. J, samjhe, those who understand this with the help of, I won't say now, because that's the second line. Huh? J, samjhe, who understands the nature of substances, not only soul. What Jad can do for you, what Jad cannot do for you. So, J, samjhe. See the whole thing, J, samjhe. J, swarup. See. It's towards the completion, but see the clarity here. Je swarupa samjha vina, je swarupa samjhe tethai. That was in a negative assertion, this is a positive. I experience infinite sorrow, having not understood the nature of whatever that matter, you can take soul also, okay. Not understood the nature of substances or nature of the soul. Samjhavyu te padanamo Shri Sadguru Bhagavan. Bhagavant. Yeah, because Bhagavan we have written differently and Bhagavant we have written differently in the text. Bhagavant છે ને, Bhagavan નથી. Bhagavan would be not bold, not italics maybe, but Bhagavant will come bold because it's the word of the Gatha. If I write Bhagavan, it is not the word of the Gatha. So the typing is different, the font is also different. So we have enjoyed in the creation of the commentary also. So the new generation is going to enjoy. For them, I think Atma Siddhi will be very, very different than you. So understanding J samjhe I find. So just now, this is the moksha mark. Now do it yourself. Samjho ane thao. No, it's not going to be possible this way. You need to be inspired. You need to be motivated for that. Because when I'm saying it is not manifested, meaning it is not manifested. So whatever I'm saying, you will have to trust me in the beginning. Because it's not manifested, you are not feeling yourself Shuddha, Buddha, Sukhadam, nothing you are experiencing. So you will need to trust an enlightened master. So 2 words he is used. What are the 2 powerful instrumental causes of liberation? Instrumental causes, there are 2. Sadguru Agna being one, obeying the commands of the true teacher. Sadguru we can use, right? It's in Oxford also. Guru. So Guru, now Guru. No enlightened mentor and all needed. Oxford ma karma, dharma and what? And Guru. 3 words are accepted. So I was writing the English, everything got cancelled. Because પહેલી વખત લખવું પડે and I think શબ્દાર્થમાં લખ્યું હશે. But then, okay, wherever Guru comes, you have to use the word Guru, not true teacher. Bhagavan's work was easy, Gujarati. So, finally my God spoke in the English tongue. So, 1, obeying the commands, Agna, of the Sadguru. And 2nd, Jin Dasha. Contemplating. Here was obeying Agna. 2 words. Obeying Agna. Contemplating on the state of the omniscient Lord. Jin Dasha. Dasha means state. Jin means victorious or dispassionate or omniscient. Let's take Sarvagna Bhagavan for Jin. So, contemplating on his dasha. basically, Kaido. So my meaning is different for Jin Dasha. But of course, when I had to write this way. I feel Sadguru ni Dasha Vitaraka Dasha the. So it is for the same entity, obey his commands and contemplate on his Dasha. But now you want a Purna Gnani, you want a Keval Gnani, then take Jin Dasha as the state of the omniscient one, completely flawless. Because when you are in an association with Sadguru, our minds are not always tuned to him. So we might tend to see a flaw in him. And when we see that flaw, whatever, when you start believing in that flaw, then everything goes weak. Your bhakti, your agna palan, everything goes weak. So Param Kripadev has used the word Jin Dasha. Bapa Tara Darshan Mone Amna Vat Nat Karta. So tu છે પૂર્ણ જ્ઞાનીની તો દશા વિચાર અને અલ્પ જ્ઞાનીની આજ્ઞાપાલ. Such a funny માર્ગદર્શન તો ન આપી શકે કે આ પૂર્ણ જ્ઞાનીની દશા અને છોટા જ્ઞાનીની આજ્ઞા. Okay, take it that way. If that is fine, then take it that way. No problem. One needs to surrender and follow the guide who steers you in the right direction, who warns you of the pitfalls on the path, who cautions you of the perils on this path. જો આવા વિચારો કરશે ને તો you will end up in this state. You don't want this state? Start making a change now. He warns you, he cautions you, he guides you, he steers you. So you need to place faith in him. Faith, જાણે આમ કઈ વસ્તુ છે. Faith, you place it on. So place faith in him, follow his agna after surrendering. So faith, surrender and agna palan. This is a very, very powerful cause, instrumental cause of liberation. Or this is the path to attain liberation. So that is one. But this following the agna, Sadguru agna, one needs to give up his self-willed behavior. Swachand chodine. Attachment chodine. Attachment to worldly objects, occurrences. Swachand chodine. મોહ છોડીને કે મમત્વ છોડીને, attachment છોડીને, પ્રમાદ છોડીને, indolence. Swachand, rag or moh, whatever you want to say, and pramad છોડી અને ગુરુની આજ્ઞા પાળશે. So that is going to be a powerful cause of liberation. And second, 4 minutes. Second, Jina Dasha. This is Guru Agna. First I just named both. Now I'm explaining both. So I explained the first one, Sadguru Agna. Now I'm explaining Jina Dasha. Jin Dasha, contemplating on the state of the omniscient one with so much of inner zeal that you get inspired. See, inspired. So that you get inspired, you want to start experimenting it. You get motivated. Even I want to keep the Samta Bhagwan Mahavir kept when the forester nails. Yeah. Even I want to try that acceptance. I want to try that Shama, forgiveness. So you should be motivated. You contemplate in such a way that you just don't respect, but get motivated also. Respect to houses. We were kids when we heard this story first time, and outright we started respecting him. And Bhagwan, Mahavir you see, and you can see the nails, you can see all the stories come in your mind, and you start respecting. But that's not enough. You should get motivated. That will add that life in your sadhanas, in your spiritual practices. So, why don't we worship all the souls when they all are like Siddhasam? Because they have not manifested. Their modifications are not pure, but the modifications, the dasha, the paryaya of the jinas or the dasha, jinas, they are pure. Pure modifications and manifested the pure nature of the soul, and so they are worthy of respect. They are the reservoirs of peace and bliss. So reflecting on their flawless state, nirdosh dasha, flawless, nirdosh, without any flaw. You more and more you reflect on that, and you start cultivating those virtues within you, and this is the way of liberation. So first line illustrates the powerful potential you have, and the second line highlights the two strong instrumental causes. Let's see.
सर्व जीव छे सिद्ध सम जे समझे थे थाय सद्गुरु आज्ञा जिन दशा निमित्त कारण मा